It is Brandon here, living in Vacaville, and today we're doing a driving tour of North Village. So this is the northeast part of town. So the closest landmark is Kaiser Permanente. So we're gonna go for a drive, we're gonna explore the neighborhood, we're gonna see some houses, we're gonna look at the parks, and get a feel for what it's like to live in North Station. So this is right by Kaiser. In fact, Kaiser is right over here. So Kaiser Permanente is right there. So I actually have a lot of clients who work there because they can walk down to the hospital. So we are now on Crescent Drive, and this community was they've initially built in the mid-2000s. So 2006, 7, they started building part of this community, and they're actually still building, just finished building, and they have more homes coming in the near future. So we're gonna take a right on Parkside Drive right here, and this is going to be entering into the first part of the development that was built in the mid-2000s. And so our average price point is going to be $675,000 in here. So you have homes from 1,300 square feet, taking a right on Sierra Peak here, and all the way up to 3,000 plus square feet. So 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes up to 3,000 square feet, 5-bedroom plus homes here. So good size. You have a mix of Mediterranean, craftsman style accents, 3-car garages, a lot of different court locations here, very conducive for, playing out front, community barbecue parties, all that good stuff. So some of these homes are going to be original to mid-2000s, but then there's a good amount of turnover in this neighborhood, so you're going to see homes that have been updated as well. So in this first release over here, I'd say it's mostly an average of 2,000 plus square foot homes. Pretty quiet community from what the neighbors tell me in my experience here. So you have streets that dead end, right? So you don't have a lot of through traffic here. So we are flanked on left and right by court streets here. So this is Pioneer Court. This is Mount Adams Circle. So Pioneer Court right there, and that's kind of where we came in the beginning. And then this is a way to get to the jogging trails that loop around the neighborhood. So you can just head right there, and that is heading towards, what is that? That is not Crescent, that is Quinn Road. Yep, so we're gonna go back down and just look at the street scene. So nice wide streets here. So a lot of the trees have started to really grow in since they first started this community. So providing a lot of nice shade and walking trails and areas there. So just a great overall community. I think it just depends on what you're looking for as far as the layouts of the home that are offered in this community. Do you like the fact that it is a little separated out here, because you do have to drive to most of your shopping and most of your the school is not walking distance, right? So you're going to have a mix of Browns Valley and Markham schools here, Markham Elementary and Browns Valley Elementary. So those are definitely schools you have to bus to, or you're going to have to get a ride to. So not walkable, and then you're not walkable to shopping. So you definitely have to drive, right? But you also are able to just walk the community, have a lot of quiet, safe places to jog and walk. So there's the trade-off there. So, and a lot of these streets just kind of loop back to where we started. Right? So nice size homes here. And then we've got, look at that, kind of like a turret Spanish style entrance in the front. And we are back on Parkside here. So just in a little bit, we're gonna go over to Tilden Circle where we're gonna view a home, so you have an idea of what the 2-story homes look like in this area. So let's head down little bit further. So you have a few roundabouts in this community, which is unique to this community. Not a lot of communities have the roundabouts, unless you're in the newer communities like the south side of town on Vanden Road. All right, so this is Morning Sun Court, and then we're going to be coming up on Corderos Park. So Corderos Park is a newer park. It was supposed to be built years and years ago when they initially built here, but this was just done 2 years ago. So it's a new park, beautiful park. Got walking paths, huge field play area where they have soccer practice and baseball practice. So great walking area for the park here. And then we're going to go over to the Embassy side where you have shared driveways and tighter communities. So you get lower price, but you do have a shared driveway. And there is an HOA that goes towards the private park over on that side. So we are going to be checking that out here in just a minute. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. You have the shared driveway that comes in there, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 homes right there. So there is a modest HOA, takes care of the front yard maintenance here and the park, which we'll drive by in just a little bit. So we'll take a left onto Embassy here and we'll loop around. You'll see that we have a whole dense community here, so we'll come up on the right side and you'll have an idea. And so this is for someone who wants low maintenance landscape, right? So you don't want to have to spend your weekends working on the yard because you can have somebody that takes care of it. So all these homes are closer together, and you'll see right here shared drive. Well, it's a separate driveway. These are just 2. Back here you've got 1, 2, 3, and then the standalone 4. It's a great little community. I've had multiple clients that have bought and sold here, love it, love their neighbors. I think you have to love your neighbors when you are closer, right? We'll be coming up on the park on your left here. So this is a private park only. You only have access if you belong to the HOA here. So you have small play structures here. You have the shade area and grass area, and so you'll have a key to the gate there, the Sanctuary Park. So another roundabout here. I personally like roundabouts. I think they control traffic a lot better. People are still getting used to them around here. They are newer to our area. And so we're exiting that community and getting back into the single family homes here. But one thing about this part of town, this development, is you can see the stucco. Here, I'm going to back up. The stucco does start to fade. So you can tell that this has not been painted since they bought it. So do you see those lines in it? So that's just the type of stucco. So it's going to need another paint job, right? And so when I have my painters work in this area, we make sure that they use elastomeric paint, and it has a paint that kind of just stretches with the mortar, not the mortar, the stucco on the home. So that has been a walk around view of the community here, and then we're gonna go take a look at Tilden Circle. 378 Tilden Circle. There is Nut Tree Airport that's over there, so you will hear a little bit of air noise every once in a while. But this is a 4-bedroom. This is a 3 full bath, and it is 2,300 square feet. It is listed by Joe Hemowitz from Professional Properties. So let's get in here and take a look. So you can see we've got a nice sized driveway in the beginning. You have a nice little Juliet balcony up top. We'll go check it out. This is a access to those jogging paths that I talked about. So that's North Station Road right there. So you can just head on down here and then access the jogging paths. This is your mailbox. It's a cluster mailbox that's shared by everybody So first impression, it's got a nice paint job. I love the color scheme with the kind of cream beige with the blue shutters in the front. Nice column little porch area. Definitely enough room for a couple of chairs there. Stained concrete. This is all on drip here. So this part does not have an HOA and it does not have maintained front yard. So just one more look at the street scene there. Come on in. So we have a formal dining room to the right. And be your living room here. We have blinds on all the windows. We have our coat closet here. And then we're coming into the family off of the kitchen. This is your entertainment space area. This is a gas fireplace that would come on with just a flick of a switch. That'll come on in just a moment. And so we have this family room off the kitchen, and we have an eating kitchen area here. All right. And then this is to the garage. Good space in here. Water heater. And there's access to the side door. Put your trash cans here so they don't have to sit out front, right? Otherwise they'd be out front right there. So this is that walking path, so you have this nice cement wall, so you never have to worry about that. Good low maintenance backyard. Little thinking tree where you would just sit, think, right? And good sun. So the sun is going to be coming right over this way. It's going to set over those beautiful hills, mountains. So that's the Mount Vaca, Blue Ridge Mountains up there. Beautiful views from up top, which we will see in a moment. But yeah, low maintenance backyard. Just have rock and patio here. And then what I would probably do with this space here is I would put an overhang. You could cut almost just about where that seam is in the stucco, and you could get one of those nice vinyl aluminum overhangs and then drop down shades, and this would just really, really take off some of the sun there. And you could get a 3-inch overhang, and that allows you to put some skylights in there so you have nice diffused light that's coming in to the home. So this looks like a mostly original AC condenser, but looks to be in good shape. We're gonna go back in and look at the downstairs bedroom. Full bath here, one of your 3 full baths. And then we have a modest bedroom. I'd say this is probably the smallest bedroom. But you could definitely put a twin bed in here. I would probably put the twin here, right? And then we'll go around this way. And we're gonna close the garage and go back upstairs, or go to the upstairs. So just looking at the kitchen, gas fireplace. It's a gas fireplace, gas range, and then you have it vented through here. So if you cook a lot, I recommend changing these out for an actual, vented hood, but this does vent up and out, which is good. And then you can easily replace it with a better vent if you want to do that. So good pantry storage. Look at the shelves all the way up there, all the way down. So I'd probably put some racks in there for additional storage. That's where your refrigerator would go. And the island has a good sized sink, dishwasher, right? Good natural light here. So when I was coming in to turn lights on, I was like, I don't have to even turn any lights on in here. This is a lot of natural light. So we're gonna head up there. Stairs are not too steep. I've got size 14 shoes, so good judge of how long the stairs are. So it'd be your loft area up here. Great area for the kids. This is that Juliet balcony. Let's go see the views. Up top. Look at this. Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? Right? Isn't that how? That's how it went. So good view of the roof up here. This is a cement tile roof. So these are rated for 50 years. Fire resistant roofs. And then what is that? That is for a lamp. All right, and we are gonna move into this little space here, right? This could be like a desk. You could put a little desk space here. You could put a little bean bag. The kids would love that little reading area there. Your laundry. Laundry is upstairs. Sub panel. Folding area. Put your cleaning supplies in there. So you're gonna have a main panel in this home and then sub panels. So if the breaker flips inside the home, most likely gonna be up here. This is where the washer goes, and in case it overflows, there's a drain in there, so it doesn't flood the downstairs. As long as that stays clean, that will take anything that overflows and put it down the drain. That is where your drain for the washer goes. Plug in the washer here. Vent right there. You have your power, and then that is gas. So you can do gas or electric. Now we're gonna go into one of the bedrooms here. Now we're talking good sized bedroom. Good sized bedroom. And then a walk-in closet. And this is just access to like utilities. Right here, if you had to access the attic, you don't want to go in there. And you can probably keep it screwed shut for the kids so they don't want to venture in there. Closet here. Linen storage. Double sinks. And then into the throne room. Shower. That's me running into the wall. Another bedroom. Not a walk-in closet here, but a good sliding closet. And the carpet is pretty, I'd say the carpet doesn't need to be replaced. Looks like it was well maintained. There we go. This is the master views right here, the primary bedroom views out the window. Look at that. You can see those beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains. Good size primary here. Get the vaulted ceilings up, kind of come to a point there. Let's go check it out. Okay. And if you want, we can leave the little butterfly in the tub for you. This is very common in these models. You have the shower, and then you have makes a little shampoo shelf or a little mini seat there combined with the tub. Good height on the sinks. Good storage there. Right. Medicine cabinets. Throne room. Dun, dun, dun. And then the closet. So we have racks up here, and down this way. So I would do lowers there as well. So I could probably do a higher and a lower and just really maximize this space in here. And you can come in and get dressed and even see what it's like outside. Okay, so we're gonna go back downstairs, but we've seen the whole thing here. So this is Tilden Circle. So you have an idea of what the two-story homes look like. This was built in 2007. So if you want to know any more about this neighborhood, please reach out to me. I've got my link down below where you can reach me. We could book a Calendly and talk more about this area or any other areas in Vacaville or around Vacaville. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.